からこのネズミの目を開けていきます。
She determines the position of the eyes with a pencil and drills the holes. A tense moment where there are absolutely no do-overs. She says the angle of the holes is also crucial. It seems to have gone well. A woman walking briskly through the town of Ise wearing a kimono. She is actually the main subject of this episode. Ise Netsuke artisan Asuka Kajiura. In 2012, hoping to make Ise Netsuke more widely known, Kajiura entered a yukata beauty contest wearing an outfit of a yukata paired with a netsuke. She brilliantly claimed the top spot among 1,800 participants nationwide. Surprisingly, Kajiura's previous job was as a newscaster for NHK. In 2007, she interviewed her current master, Tadamine Nakagawa. Captivated by his personality and his gentle, warm, artistic style, she left NHK and became his apprentice in 2010.
自分はどういうふうに生きていきたいのかなって思った時に、一つのことをコツコツと、そして一生かけて極める仕事、一生成長していけるっていう職人の仕事っていうのはすごく魅力的だなっていう、一つの幸せの形、その目指すべき生き方なのかなと思ったので。
Currently, she is working on a commissioned chestnut netsuke. Coincidentally, her master, Mr. Nakagawa, also received an order for a chestnut, and the two are making the same item side by side.
好奇心旺盛っていうところでしょうかね。だから僕だったら多分これやってみろって言われた時に、多分僕はたら二の足踏むんだけど、はいやりますってすぐ何でもやるんですよ。僕と違う面を持っているんで、非常にいいんじゃないかなと思ってますけどね。
Kajiura picks up a real chestnut to expand her mental image.
以前栗の農家さんが注文してくださって、収穫時期にその収穫したものと一緒に並べて写真撮ってくださって、それ本当に嬉しかったですよね。
This is that photograph. The level of perfection is so high that at first glance you can't tell which one is the Netsuke. The material is boxwood produced in Mount Asama, located in Ise City. Asama boxwood has fine, uniform annual rings, and its beauty stands out compared to boxwood from other regions. The reason for this lies in the environment of Mount Asama, because there is only a thin layer of soil accumulated on top of igneous rock formed from rapidly cooled magma. Nutrients are scarce, making it hard for plants to grow. However, because it grows slowly, the spacing between the annual rings is tight, resulting in strong, dense wood. For this reason, it is so rare and valuable that it is called the jewel of woods. To make netsuke, wood that has been aged for 5 years and is completely devoid of moisture, is used. First is the rough carving. The boxwood, with a draft drawn in pencil, is pressed against a board in front of her to carve. She roughly shapes it using a method called tsukianomi, thrust carving with a chisel. Tsukianomi is a technique primarily used in Edo-period, single knife carving. Actually, her master, Mr. Nakagawa, was originally a carpenter. After turning 30, he aimed to become a Buddhist sculptor, carving Buddha statues using the Itobori technique, but he learned of the existence of netsuke and was captivated by it.
美術工芸品っていうのは手で触れないじゃないですか、大体。根付けの場合は見て、触って、つけてっていうことですね。ほんで、ものすごく感心した覚えがあるんです。
Mr. Nakagawa has been in this profession for 35 years. His works, which breathe new life into tradition, have been directly purchased by the late Prince Takamado and were exhibited at the British Museum in 1994. Kajiura's work progresses, and the rough shape is carved out using the tsukunomi technique. Next, she shapes the fine details using an ento, a knife with a slanted blade. So, we compared the sound of their carving. First, Ms. Kajiura. Next, the sound of Master Nakagawa carving. It is clearly different.
圧かけたら絶対ガチガチって言うんです。薄くいかにかけるかいうことですね。
She still cannot match her master. Once the overall shape is formed, she carves the pointed tip. And after about 3 hours, the rough carving is finished. The polishing process. She uses 3 types of sandpaper, from coarse to fine grits. First, she uses coarse grit sandpaper to erase the marks left by the carving tools. Once the carving marks are gone, she moves on to finer grit sandpaper. Then, she soaked both the chestnut and the sandpaper in water. Doing this prevents wood dust from accumulating in the sandpaper's grit and causes any unpolished spots on the chestnut to stand out. When held up to the light, small unpolished spots were found. If there are any unpolished spots at this stage, they will appear as uneven colors after coloring, like this. For the finishing touch, she polishes it with the finest grit sandpaper. A smooth and beautiful wood surface emerged. But then, even though she had just finished polishing, Kajiura began to carve the surface again.
This is the見せ所なんです。よう見たらこういうふうにこう二重になってて、また一つになったりとかこういう感じがこの一番大事なんです。
To make it as identical to the real thing as possible. This is the essence of Ise Netsuke. Next is the coloring process. She applies a brown pigment called chako, tea powder, to the entire chestnut. She paints it on, then wipes it off. By repeating this 5 or 6 times, the color penetrates the wood, bringing it closer to the color of a real chestnut. Next, she applies a liquid made by boiling yashibushi cones over it. She says this stabilizes the color. The colored chestnut Netsuke gives off a magnificent luster. The next day, she carved a star-shaped jagged pattern onto the back of the colored chestnut Netsuke.
これって本物の栗もこういう風にギザギザというか栗のお尻のところがこうギザギザギザギザってなっているので、ほとんど言われてみなければわからないところなんですけれども、そういうところにこだわりを持って彫っていくのが根付の良さなのかなと思って。
From here, she brings it even closer to the real thing.
この星の外側は刃物の線が一定にならないように四方八方から不規則な線を彫っていって、星の中側は一定方向に彫りの線をつけることによって中と外の違いを表現しているので、いかにこう自然に崩していくかが難しいところなんです。
Next, she opens holes to pass the cord through in two places, top and bottom. She switches the tip of the tool to thicker ones in 3 stages, widening the holes. By gradually carving out a round shape from the 2 holes, a U-shaped through hole is connected. After that, she also files the inside of the hole, finishing it so the cord won't easily snap. Then, she rubs Yasha liquid over the entire piece. The 2 holes are quite different in size. She waits for it to dry, then threads the cord. With this, all processes are complete. Kajiura's masterpiece, the chestnut Netsuke, is complete. The reason the holes are different sizes was to hide the knot of the cord inside the larger hole. Her master's chestnut was also completed, but for some reason, he suddenly started drilling a hole in it.
これからくり根付けっつってね、虫がこう出てくるようにするんです。
A karakuri, Netsuke, a trick or mechanical Netsuke, is a Netsuke with a playful touch added to it. This is a bean karakuri Netsuke created by Mr. Nakagawa in the past. This Netsuke, which is also a lucky charm meaning to work diligently and move briskly, has a trick inside. The bean inside moves and makes a sound. It truly is a briskly moving netsuke. Mr. Nakagawa finally shaves down a piece of ivory and inserts it into the hole drilled in the chestnut netsuke. Just what kind of piece will it turn out to be?
入りましたね。
The completed karakuri chestnut netsuke. When turned upside down, a piece of ivory carved to look like a bug pops out. It is wonderfully crafted. From here, Kajiura takes on her very first attempt at an animal netsuke, a marunazumi, round mouse. It is difficult to bring out an adorable expression that makes people want to wear it all the time. Her master, Mr. Nakagawa, has crafted them in the past, and all the steps are ingrained in her head. First, she shapes the boxwood into a sphere and roughly determines the layout with a pencil. You might think she'd be nervous for her first attempt, but she has a smile on her face.
なんか持った時になんとなく幸せな気分になれるような作品を作りたいと思っているので、その時の気持ちとかって伝わると思うんですよね、作品に。
For some reason, it's said that faces end up looking like the person who carved them. This is a Buddhist carving made by Mr. Nakagawa in the past. Comparing them, they certainly do look alike. Next is the rough carving. She carves along the drawn lines. Boxwood is hard, making it difficult to carve through, but she says it is exactly because it is hard that fine details can be sculpted. After that, the carving progressed, and on this day, the outlines of the tail and face were completed. One week later, the outline of the face has clearly emerged.
これからこのネズミの目を開けていきます。
She determines the position of the eyes with a pencil and drills the holes. A tense moment where there are absolutely no do-overs. She says the angle of the holes is also crucial. She changes the blade on the tip of the tool and widens the holes. Once the holes for both eyes are drilled, she inserts toothpicks with cut tips into the eye holes. By doing this, she can check whether the angles of the holes are even. It seems to have gone well. Next, she makes the eyes using heigo, tree fern, a natural material that is black on the inside. She cuts out a thin stick, and while rotating it, shaves it down with a knife to match the exact thickness of the eye holes. Once the thickness is determined, she files the whole thing and gives the tip a rounded shape. She cuts this to match the depth of the holes, applies adhesive and fits them in. It resulted in an adorable expression. And another 2 weeks later. Having finished all the steps, Kajiura's first attempt at a Marunazumi, round mouse, is complete. Even the fur is meticulously reproduced. It is truly a masterpiece. What will her master's evaluation be?
まあ形としてはこれでいいんだけど、顔がベタっとしてるんで、もっとこうなっとってここに目があるっていう。弱い小動物だと必ず横に真横に目があるの、まあ四方八方気ぃつけてなきゃまずいから、その辺ぐらい。
はい、ありがとうございます。
まあでも初めてやからな。
はい。
うん。だからその初めてからうまく作ってもらったら困るんや俺が。
新たな場所を与えてくれたもの、第二の生きる場所を用意してくれたものかなと思ってますね。
Afterwards, wearing her freshly made Marunazumi, she heads into the town of Ise. Whenever a favorite piece is completed, she acts as a walking billboard, showing off her Netsuke. Her master, her companions, and her new life, all encountered through Ise Netsuke. There is no doubt she will continue to walk this path with all her might. Opening the door to tomorrow, taking yet another step closer to her dream.